So now in this exercise, we are going to characterize avec qui. Caractérisez avec qui. Now the first sentence. Nous habitons une maison. We live in a house. Elle se trouve dans un joli quartier à la campagne. Now we are going to join these two sentences using qui. So the purpose for qui here is to characterize. We are going to relate the two sentences. It is relative. So like I told you, all you have to remember is in the second part of the sentence, we need to replace the subject with qui. So that is simple. But you need to understand why we are doing this and how the meaning changes when we add qui. So now let us try to write the first sentence. So that remains as it is. Nous habitons une maison. Instead of the subject elle, we write qui, and we complete the sentence. Qui se trouve dans un joli quartier à la campagne. So in this sentence we replaced elle with qui, the relative pronoun qui. So now these two sentences are joined and we characterized the noun here. It is maison. So to describe the noun we used qui to join these two sentences. Now the next sentence. C'est une grande maison. Elle a appartenu à ma grand-mère. So again, the first part of the sentence remains the same. C'est une grande maison and the subject is replaced with qui. Qui a appartenu à ma grand-mère. So this is how we use the word qui to relate to sentences. So we have some more sentences in this exercise. So let us continue. Moving on to the next sentence. Nos voisins sont des créatifs. Ils travaillent dans la communication. So now, how do we write this? Using qui. The first sentence is the same. And in the second sentence, we replace the subject with qui. So, nos voisins sont des créatifs qui travaillent dans la communication. So, the only change we made was we replaced the subject in the second sentence with qui. So two different sentences are combined to form one sentence using the word qui. Now the next sentence. Ils ont 12 enfants. Ils ont l'âge de Maxon et Kevin. So the first half of the sentence is as such. The subject in the second half is replaced with qui ont l'âge de Maxence et Kevin. So we combine these two sentences using qui. So this is a very simple concept, but you need to know what it means. So when you use qui, you are relating the two different sentences. So that is the purpose of the word qui here. It is different from the question word qui. So when it is in a question, it means who. It is a question word. But in this case, it is used to relate two sentences. Now the next sentence. So the first half of the sentence is written as such. Ce sont des enfants décontractés, and the subject is replaced with qui. Qui aiment faire du sport. So, ce sont des enfants décontractés qui aiment faire du sport. So, we related two sentences using qui. So, caractérisez using qui. So, we have another two more sentences in this exercise. So, by doing this, so it is very simple and it is almost the same for all the sentences. But the meaning, you should remember that qui is not the question word here. It doesn't mean that it is a question. It is a word used to characterize, to relate two sentences. Now the next sentence. Nous organisons ensemble de petites fêtes. Elles rassemblent les voisins de quartier. So now again, the first sentence remains the same. Nous organisons ensemble de petites fêtes. And in the second sentence, we replace the subject with qui rassemblent les voisins du quartier. And finally, the last sentence. Finalement, j'aime bien la campagne. Elle ressemble un peu à la vie. So, write the first part of the sentence as it is. Finalement, j'aime bien la campagna. And we replace L with chi. Qui ressemble un peu à la vie. So here we are using qui to replace the subject here. So qui, the function of qui in these sentences is a relative pronoun. It is a relative pronoun. A relative pronoun. So, first of all, what is a pronoun? A pronoun is a word used to replace a noun. So, if a noun keeps repeating, if a subject keeps repeating, we use a pronoun. So, in this case, finalement, j'aime bien la campagne. So, the noun here is la campagne. And again, elle ressemble. Elle again refers to la campagne. So, there is a repetition. Though the words used are different, they both represent the same thing. So, we replace this subject with a pronoun which relates the two sentences. So, it is a relative pronoun. A pronoun which relates the two sentences. And by using this relative pronoun, we are able to characterize. So, that is the point here. So, we are using a relative pronoun to characterize that a person or a place. So, that is the function of qui in the sentences that we formed. In this sentence, nous organisons ensemble de petites fêtes. Now, the noun here is fête. And the next subject is elle, which also represents fête. So, again, there is a repetition. So, when there is a repetition, we use a pronoun. In this case, we use the pronoun qui, a relative pronoun, because it relates these two sentences.